Welcome back to Triple B Farms Outdoors. We are today going to be talking about Bobby's Kentucky bird. First time hunting in Kentucky?
First time I ever been.
Oh man, and it was fun. So this was at Tom Benz's place. It was the first time we'd all been there. Very little bit of knowledge about the property. Tom had walked a little bit. I put out some stuff, mineral blocks and things earlier, but we never walked the whole property. So this hunt was really going to be about figuring out what the property was, where the property lines were, where the logging roads went to.
Thank God for Onyx.
And exactly, and then chasing turkeys while we were at it. So, but super fun. This is going to be about Bobby's kill on opening day of Kentucky.
Yes, we arrived there the 12th of April,
yep.
Friday afternoon. Kind of scouted the perimeter of the property. We didn't want to get too deep in.
Oh, and we dropped blinds off too in a couple of spots where
strategically
thought we might need them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean.
Then we get beer, and then we got pizza. It was a mess, and then we were drinking.
It was an interesting first night in camp.
It was.
Bright and early the next morning, went out, heard 2 or 3 gobbles in the distance. John and Tom headed out that direction.
Yep.
We went the other direction, found this little food plot area.
It was me and you and my brother John running a camcorder with us, so he was cameraman for the day.
For the day, and then we set up there, kind of dead end. No birds were talking.
Lots of deer blowing up.
Had several deer blowing at us from behind us up on the hill. And it was a uneventful morning.
Yep.
We decided to head up what I'll call a mountain.
Yep.
I don't know if it's actually really a mountain, but it seemed like it to me.
There was a logging road out the back of that food plot, and we knew it was there, but again, we didn't know the property lines, so we didn't know how far we were going to wind up going, and we just started up the logging road.
Tell me what's going on, Uncle Bob.
I'm educating the cameraman right now.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
We're going to stop every while and call, but I'm going to tell you right now, if we get a bird that hammers back, you need to dive for the closest tree and get on the ground and sit still.
And we
Calling
reached,
as we went, right?
Yeah, called, and nothing responded. We got to the very top where it dropped over. It was pretty.
Oh yeah, we got some
nice
good
view.
pictures of that.
Beautiful
Got
view.
the Ohio River in the background.
Oh yeah,
Super pretty.
awesome.
And what we found was Tom's knob.
We found a huge boulder sticking out of the hillside, right on the peak of the hill.
Yep.
We nicknamed that Tom's Knob.
Tom's knob.
I'm sure there will be pictures put in right here of that exact spot.
Yep.
Decided to do a setup there since we were high and we could project our calls.
And there was a little bit of logging road along that top ridge too, right?
It was kind of a
there was some
grown-up.
scratching. Like
Yeah.
we thought it might be good.
So we sat up there, called for, I don't know, how long were we there? 25, 30 minutes?
Probably.
And then we heard cutting.
Yep.
Coming from over the hill.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I never actually saw her. I don't know if you did or not.
I didn't.
Um,
Definitely a hen cutting through there, though.
She came down over the hill below us. We never saw her, but she made her presence known for sure.
Yep.
That was pretty much the end of it. We texted the boys to see what they were up to, and they let us know that they were back at the cabin already. So we decided to kind of cross the top towards the direction they went. We never made it to their destination for the morning, but we decided to head back for some breakfast.
And I do think there's one spot where they were coming back, and we were
Right.
in a power line cut that we were talking about. It's starting to rain a little bit. Went through a power line cut, and those guys actually saw a hen cut through the power line cut, and we got a little video clip of that. But and then we went back to the cabin, had some breakfast, and it quickly turned into beer darts.
Yeah, we played some interesting. I believe John said they were TikTok games.
Yeah. So we played beer darts, had enough of that, and then we just finally decided, you know what? You and I were like, we're here to hunt. Let's go.
We decided that we were not going to come down there and hang out at the cabin, so we decided to head back up the hill. Made our way up the hill, calling as we went.
This was probably what, 1 o'clock?
Yeah,
Something like that. It was early.
12:31.
Yeah.
We decided to head out, and we went back up a different route than we took in the morning. Made it to the top, made a left turn, started heading back towards where we knew there was a field where those guys had set up in the morning.
And Tom's property cuts into just a little piece of that field. He doesn't have the whole field.
Kind of triangles
But it's
out.
really about the only field around other than the power line cut.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. So we got to the corner where Tom's property triangles out into that field, and we decided to set up there and just basically deer hunt for turkeys.
That's exactly what we were doing.
And
No gobbles, no nothing.
we stuck a decoy out in the field. Didn't have the best view in the world because we were actually on the low side a little bit.
Yep.
The field rose up in front of us and then dropped off pretty abruptly. So we put the decoy up at the highest point we could reach legally and still be on Tom's property. Fast forward 5.5 hours.
Yeah. Actually, before we get to the fun part, we actually have drone footage too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, John, my brother,
John
had brought his drone, so we're going to throw in some drone footage of Bobby and I sitting on the edge of that field. You can see exactly where we were sitting when it all went down.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, before you do it, and after the fact, you're going to see in the blooper reel, like he didn't crash it when it was rough, but then he went down to try to find John.
almost did.
He almost did. Tried to find John Hall and actually wrecked his dome twice. Hit a tree once and then hit a tree a second time. Broke the props on it.
Broke the propellers off of it.
Too much beer darts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, probably.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Get to the good stuff.
We just 5.5 hours sitting on this tree.
Long day.
It was high 70, 78 or
Yeah,
so.
it was hot. Sun was in our face.
Sun was shining right in our face.
Not the ideal setup. Was
We were really not. But I mean, at that point, we really didn't have much choice because we wanted to be on a field edge, especially getting towards evening. We knew they were roosted there that morning, so we thought we had the best chance to sit right there and catch them coming back to roost. So we tried calling box calls, slate calls, mouth calls periodically throughout the day. I'd say it was probably 5:50-ish
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
Yeah, we've been sitting up there for a good 4.5, almost 5 hours.
My old back was not going to handle it much longer, so I told Mark I had to stand up and stretch. I stood up, did some twisting, some stretching, and honestly, I walked around behind the tree and took a pee.
Right. A long time sitting.
I walked back around to where I was sitting. One final stretch, sat down, immediately threw my mouth call in, yelped, and one gobbled 30 yards right in front of us. I mean, he had to have been just right over that hill.
Yeah.
We both looked at each other and, oh, shit. I picked up my gun, turned on the Tacticam, and I no more than got everything situated, and I saw a fan coming up over that rise. He came up to the top of the rise, turned around, and went right back down.
Here's the situation. Stop right there. Hold it. Because I was sitting just lower than him, and my and I knew he was going to get the shot because he was closer to it. So I took out my phone and was trying to film it. I caught the top of the fan, and that was it. And then he came out of strut, and then I got a little bit of his head popping up. But go ahead. Oh, yeah. Pull some double oak. But I knew he was going to get the shot, and it wasn't going to be me, and I'm good with it. There you go.
So, anyway, he struts to the top. I couldn't see his full body, but 3/4 probably. He turns around, goes back over the rise, can't see him at all. Then I see the fan coming back up. He walked all the way up on the rise, and at this point, he's 25 yards.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he saw us or just didn't like something, but he broke strut and stretched his head way up to look into the woods our direction, and that was the end of him.
So, and this is one thing, and we're actually in Indiana doing some turkey hunt now, and we talk about it a lot in this one. Like, turkey's got this extra sensory Doppler radar, like they can pinpoint where a call's coming from, and he knew that call wasn't coming from that decoy that was in the field. It was coming from one right in the edge of the woods, and he needed to stretch his neck up and look over that ridge and see what was going on.
His GPS was dialed in, I'm telling you.
It was. So, fortunately, your scope was dialed in, too.
Yes, it was. But, yeah, he met his demise on top of that mountain in Kentucky.
Bam! I've been sitting here for 6 hours waiting for him to come out in this field. We had a hen come out earlier. I've been box calling. Nothing. Bobby takes out his mouth call, and as soon as he did it, blah. Yes, sir. All I had was a very tip of his head, so we'll see if I got it on video. Fuck yes. Let's see this bastard. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Dude, that was a long 6 hours. Come here. Yes. Oh my God, dude. I gotta go this way. Step back before I fall. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Dude, congratulations.
Thank you.
Fucking first Kentucky bird
First Kentucky bird.
on the first Kentucky day.
First day in Kentucky ever.
We're hunting at the Holler. Dude, that's fantastic. Love it. I hope I got on video. I just saw his head. That was
Really?
it. Yeah. I could just barely see it. I saw the top of his tail.
Well, I have my touch cam going.
Did you? Oh, yes.
As
Is
soon
it
as I
still on?
freaking Mouth called. No, I turned it off. As soon as I mouth called, he gobbled.
Yeah.
I grabbed my gun real fast, and I put it up on my knee, and I saw his fan. He went whoop, and swelled. He must have been on that logging road.
Yeah. He must have been on Logan Road. Dude, that's awesome.
Dude. He's got some little spurs, but man, they're sharp.
He's got a long beard too, boy.
That little boy.
Right? Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. You're all in now. That right?
I don't know if you can even say that probably with my other hand.
There it is. Dude, nobody replied to the box call. As soon as you hit the mouth call, there he was.
That's what I was
Blah!
sitting there thinking. We've tried slates, we've tried box calls. I haven't blew a mouth call.
Yeah, all day.
So I pulled it out through my mouth. First time.
Yes! Oh, sweet. That's awesome. All right, man. Sweet.
Awesome. I was thrilled to kill my first turkey in Kentucky.
Yep.
It was an awesome day, and thanks, Tom, for the invite.
Oh, yeah.
Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, that's the first of many hunts we're going to have in Kentucky at the Holler House.
It was awesome.
A couple other things that we're going to show kind of in the bloopers or at the end of this thing. On day 2, I missed a bird. Like it's happened twice in my life, and this was one of them. I missed a bird, just saw his head over the rise, took a shot, didn't hit him. And then on day 4, after everybody was gone, it was just me, I had a bird coming in behind me, and I flinched. I had the GoPro on me. I flinched, and he'd come off the logging road, and he was in the woods right behind me, and you can hear him putting off into the distance, and that was as close as we got in some of that. I think the other thing we'll show is the Bobcat video.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about the Bobcat video. So this was actually day 2, and we were going back up to Tom's Knob. We were halfway up, and we just climbed over a deadfall and got set up, and we were calling a little bit, had a decoy out, and all of a sudden Bobby turns around and looks at me and he goes, Bobcat. And I was like, oh no, get the phones up. And literally, nice cat. This is the first time either one of us have seen one in the wild. The Bobcat came within 20 yards of us, walked up on that deadfall that we just crossed over, sat there, smelled it a little bit. So we had a couple-minute video of this Bobcat. It was super cool. But none of that's related to the hunt that you had, big bird in Kentucky, right?
He was 23 pounds,
Yeah.
10.5-inch beard, 1.8" spurs.
Yeah, that's a
Awesome
good one.
bird.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He was pretty respectable.
Yeah, first bird at the Holler House.
Yep. Not near as big as the one that you missed.
No, yeah, thanks. Thanks for tuning in. There we go. Now it's working.
Sweet.
See what this thing looks like. With my shiny dome. Gonna flash people probably bright.
Get my fucking hat out.
It's a turkey. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Video.
That has video.
Yeah, it was pictures.
The morning of.
We're in the holler.
The morning of turkey murdering. We got heat in this room, baby. We got heat. Got coffee.
The boys rolled in.
Oh,
Turkey time.
it's turkey time. Nobody naked in here, is there? Perfect.
Where's the pipe?
We don't want to get naked people on camera. It's not that kind of video.
It's not that kind
It's
of video.
definitely not that kind of video.
Open the
Got a
man in the
heat.
holler.
Check this out. Awesome mounts. Do a little interviewing later. Get some good turkey stories behind these. And any other ones we may share to choose to. You just need to plan on being on camera all the time. Let me show you the room that's taken the biggest beating thus far. Marky's got to brush his teeth too.
No.
No,
face
not
painting
this
up.
one. Face painting up. Nice. Need to put a little on here.
I can't turn it off.